Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff. I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere. In parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope, and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
As a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise, so long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Chicago, Illinois. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley Service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, radio baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves come.
Welcome in, y'all. Getting set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. The Phillies and Dodgers waiting for the screen to kick in. As soon as it does, we will bring it to you. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. I think it's starting. Yep, here it comes. So we'll go ahead and put it on the screen. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-1 pitch to Schwarber. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Dodgers nothing, Phillies nothing. Just getting going here in the top of the first inning. Robleski on the bump. Wheeler will be on the mound for the Phillies. The 1-2 pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. And there's one away. We will get it synced up here in a second. There it is. Strike number 3. And that should get us just about synced up. Apologize for jumping ahead, but we have to wait for the 3D to kick in before we can start adjusting. Kyle Schwarber is leading off tonight for the Phillies. He'll be followed by Turner, Harper, Bohm, Stott, and Real Muto. Marsh batting 7th is the first pitch on the way to Turner. He's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, down and in, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count, 0-0 your score. Pitch on the way, just below the knees, 1-2. What are you talking about here? The 1-2 pitch? Outside wide 2-2. Are you talking about in this game? I mean, it benefits the Braves if the Phillies lose. The 2-2 pitch caught, looking strike 3 down there at the knees. And there's 2 down. I believe Turner is challenging this. And that was a strike all the way. I thought it was, but I'm too busy laughing at what Iron Luck's telling me. So 2 up, 2 down, and 2 strikeouts. Robleski's punch-out number, I believe, was 4.5 for this game on minus money, 5.5 on plus. So he's already almost halfway there. First pitch down and in to Bryce Harper. Is there for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there at the knees. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chases it down and 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Down and away. Ball 2, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Justin Robleski strikes out the side. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score. Shohei Ohtani leads us off when we return.
Leo DeRocher once compared him to Willie Mays, saying Willie had everything and Pete had everything but luck. Harold Patrick Reeser, or Pistol Pete, signed his first contract with the Cardinals when he was just 19. In just his first season, he won the National League batting title while leading the league in doubles, triples, total bases, runs scored, and slugging percentage. And that wasn't all. That same season, he was named a starter on the National League All-Star team and finished second in MVP voting. In July of the following year, he would miss 4 games after he crashed face first into the outfield wall in St. Louis. On another occasion, he fractured his skull running into an outfield wall. Another time, he was temporarily paralyzed. Throughout his career, he was taken off on a stretcher a record 11 times. Despite being a switch hitter, he primarily batted left-handed because of all the injuries. While playing baseball for Army teams during World War II, he was injured again and had to learn how to throw with both arms. That injury would be the one that eventually ended his career. He was never the same hitter. His shoulder kept popping out of place, and he dealt with constant pain in his arm and shoulder. In 1946, he still proved his value, but not with his arm, with his legs, stealing home a record 7 times. His career consisted of him jeopardizing life and limb in pursuit of whatever the game required, but one can only imagine what would have happened if he wouldn't have played the game with such reckless abandon.
With Andujar knocked out, the Brewers quickly took advantage and loaded the bases. But Whitey was taking no chances, even with a 5-run lead.
I brought in Suter because it was the third game, first game in Milwaukee. I knew if we'd win that game, we'd get back to St. Louis.
That precluded him pretty much from appearing in the 4th game, so that was kind of the risk Whitey took, not knowing how the next game would go.
On this night, though, Suter kept the Brewers' bats at bay, with a little late help from the player of the game.
One, and it's a high fly ball into left center field. McGee to the wall, leaps in the air, caught the ball. Willie McGee took a 2-run home run away from Gorman Thomas.
You know, that was Willie's night, and it couldn't happen to a better guy. You know, he wins game 3 for us.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See you off the ballpark.
Welcome back. Shohei Ohtani will lead off for the Los Angeles Dodgers. As he stands in at the plate. Either that or he's calling balls and strikes if y'all just saw what I saw. First pitch swinging. Fouls it back. Zach Wheeler on the bump. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Kicks and grips. Swing and a miss. Blew the 4-seamer right by him. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Left to right across the outfield for the Phillies is Marsh, Baroa, Garcia. Around the horn, third to first, Bohm, Turner, Stott, and Harper. JT Realmuto is behind the plate, and, of course, Wheeler is on the mound. The 0-2 pitch, swing, pops it up, and that'll bend back out of play. Philadelphia defense is playing back and to the right, outfield deep and straight away. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it is 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, strike three. Shohei Ohtani chased the bender off the plate, and there is one away. Filthy pitch. Couple other games going on right now. The Mariners have 1-0 lead over Arizona at the bottom of the first. And the Yankees jumped all over the A's in the first inning. They lead at 5-1. The A's are batting in the second. First pitch swinging there by Paez, and he'll pop up a soft F4 in your scorecard. Stott drifts back and makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 down. Two up, 2 down. First pitch to Freddie Freeman. Swing. Saws it down the line. Drifting, foul. Does that stay fair? If it does, it's gone. It is. That ball is clocked and rocked over the left field wall, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have taken the 1-0 lead. 366 feet over the left field wall, just creeping over. Freddie Freeman hits his 8th home run of the year. That'll bring Mookie Betts to the place. Mookie Betts. He takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Wheeler fires. Pitch misses down. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. Just misses outside. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers and Freddie Freeman make it 1-0. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR doubleheader Friday night special.
They're going to choke on the wrapper.
I don't give a about these ducks.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ordering delicious food when your wife is not at home is basically cheating. So just a heads up.
Big news, I learned something new from the youth today that I would like to share with you. New terminology that they're using, you might be aware of it. I, for one, was not aware of it. That is the term fine shite. Girls were standing around my desk and one of them referenced a fine shite. Naturally, I did have a follow-up question, and that question was, what?
On June 2nd, 1925, Lou Gehrig replaced an ailing Wally Pipp at first base for the New York Yankees. He'd proceed to set an unprecedented standard for consistency and durability. Gehrig went on to play 2,130 games in a row, a streak that earned him a nickname befitting his feat.
And to give you the name the Iron Horse, that is a tribute to what you represented to your teammates.
From 1926 to 1937, Lou Gehrig was as dominant a force as baseball has ever seen.
Gehrig was a savage hitter, and not necessarily a pull hitter. Gehrig was known to hit the most ferocious line drives in all directions.
Gehrig posted numbers that were off the charts. A lifetime .340 hitter. He won 3 home run titles, won the Triple Crown in 1934, and was a 2-time MVP. He was a finely tuned RBI machine who finished 5 shy of 2,000. The most runs driven in among first basemen in the modern era.
Gehrig was one of the most prolific RBI men in baseball history. Drove in 175, 174, 184, which still is the American League record.
Of course, Lou's career and life were cut short by the terminal disease that now bears his name. But his greatness on the field and his courage in the face of death will never be forgotten.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Money doesn't buy happiness, cool, but it would buy me takeout every day, and that would make me the opposite of sad.
1-0 your score. We go to the top of the second inning. Los Angeles Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies. Wroblewski goes back to work, fires the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Justin Wroblewski, 3 strikeouts. He struck out the side in the first inning. The 1-0 swing pops it up. And Alec Bohm will fly out to right field. It's an F9 your scorecard and 1 away. What you'll get from Wroblewski is technically a 6-pitch mix, but he really just throws the 4-seam and the slider predominantly. 51% of the time he comes in with the 4-seamer, the slider 33% of the time. And right there, starting off the fastball, just misses the outer edge to Bryson Stott. It's 1-0. After that, you're talking about a curveball 6% of the time, sinker 5% of the time is the 1-0. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. Changeup at 3%, and the cutter and sweeper both come in at 1% of the time. The 1-1 pitch, swing, rolls it over to first. Freddie's got it. He steps on the pillow, and there's quickly 2 down. So though you're looking at a 6-pitch mix, if you're a batter sitting in that batter's box, you're sitting on the fastball and expecting the slider. Anything else you'll just adjust to. Quick scoreboard check. The White Sox beat the Tigers 4-3 in extras. The first pitch is right there, swing and a miss. JT Realmuto, it's 0-1. Cards over the Cubs 6-5. That's a final in St. Louis. Rays outlast the Angels 8-5 in Tampa. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Guardians 4, Red Sox 3. That's a final. Mets beat the Marlins 9-7 in extras. 1-1. Just grabs the outer edge. It's 1-2. Orioles drop 1 to the Blue Jays at home 6-5. Pirates 6-5 winners over the Twins at home. 1-2 misses. Ball 2, 2-2. Padres come back and beat the Nationals, so good news for Braves country. And the game's going on right now. Yankees 5, A's 1. Mariners, who now sit in first place of the NL West, lead 1-0 in the second. And your score here, 1-0 Los Angeles. The 1-0 swing. Rolls it foul down the third base side. We'll do it again. So a 2-2 count. Had the end of a parlay that needed to hit. The Yankees had to score 4 runs. Before I ever sat down and turned it on, they'd already put 5 on the board. So I was like, all right. The 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing, rolls it over to short. Mookie's got it. Low throw, but Freddie stays with it, and that'll end the inning. Phillies go down. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Los Angeles leading 1-0.
How much for an order of ribs?
$2.50.
$2.50? So I guess that's about 50 cents a rib, huh?
Yeah, about.
Let me get one.
One order ribs.
No. 1 rib. You got any soda?
$1.
Oh, come on now. Hey, check this out. Why don't you let me get a sip for 15 cents? Look the cup. Pour it in my hand for a dime. You got change for 100?
What have y'all done? what kind of world we live in where two make-believe characters can't even stay together no more. What was the problem, Mickey? Were you not bringing home enough cheese? Were you dipping your nose in somebody else's cheese? I'll tell you one thing, my son bet not find out about this. Do you know what it's going to do to his spirit when he find out two rats can't even stay together? He going to start questioning mommy and daddy's relationship. 95 years? I feel like my grandparents just broke up.
I'm just looking to get myself in the lineup somewhere if I'm at first, right, field, or left. It doesn't make much difference to me. Just the opportunity to get in the lineup satisfies me.
For a young Don Mattingly, finding an everyday spot in the 1983 Yankees lineup was an elusive pursuit. He was platooned all year long, splitting time between first base and the outfield. Then came 1984, and a mission to prove to his new manager he deserved a regular job.
Yogi's the manager, and I remember the first day he tells me, he goes, "You're going to be my swing man. You know, you come in there to play every day." I remember telling Yogi, I'm like, "Yogi, you get me in there, you're not going to be able to get me out."
He says, one thing you may find out, once you get me in there, you may not get me out. And I like that attitude on that for the kid.
And he goes, "Oh, okay, kid." You know, he does that, his little thing, he pats you on the back. But I remember I was playing more outfield.
Now Mattingly makes the catch, throw to the plate. They got him! Holy cow! What a throw by Mattingly!
1-0 your score. These late night games are the best. I don't care what anybody says. The chat goes dark. It goes into weird places. Los Angeles leads it 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, down and in. Taken for a ball is Tucker. It's 1-0. 1-0. They tend to be quiet on the out-of-towners, James. I think because a lot of folks don't know us and whatnot. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing. Lifts it. Down the left field line giving chase is Captain Caveman. He'll make the catch in the corner. Very little foul territory room here in Los Angeles. One away. Man, he is, I'll tell you what, they paid Kyle Tucker $60 million a year. That dude is batting 244. And look at his big numbers. Yeah, just 4 home runs is the first pitch to Max Muncy's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. It's not like he's been injured all year long. He's got almost 200 at bats. 1-0, down and in, ball 2-0. Did y'all see the offer made by Major League Baseball? The 2-0 count. Brings it. Swing! That ball is hammered high and deep. Going back. A mighty smack over the track, and she is gone. A solo shot, and Max Muncy and the Dodgers have jumped out to a 2-0 lead. .396 feet. Yeah, so we definitely got time to talk about that tonight, Richard. The first pitch off of that is a swing and a miss by Will Smith. It's 0-1. Look, I hate to say it, but I am, is the 0-1 pitch upstairs for a strike? It's 0-2. I am 100% on the side of the owners in this one. And it's mainly because you can't have 2 to 3 teams, as the 0-2 outside wide wind 2, playing on a different set of rules, which is where we're at right now. Come on, Earthquake. 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. Paints the outer edge, strike 3. Smith caught looking, and there's 2 down. But you cannot now. I think they're going to raise the numbers. So if you saw the numbers, it was 245 and some change as the hard cap, and 171 and some change as the hard floor. And what that would mean would be that every team in Major League Baseball had to spend at least $171 million. They couldn't spend more than $245. And it's a hard cap. It's not like it is now where you just get a little bit of taxation over it, and there's not really anything stopping these teams from breaking the bank. The 1-0 count, down and away, ball 2-2-0. They just flashed a shot of Clayton Kershaw sitting next to Brad Paisley. So Brad Paisley's dead to us now. The 2-0 count, turns and kicks, right there at the knees, 2-1. So on those offers, so if you look at it right now, technically the Braves would be over the max, but only by a little. The 2-1 outside wide, 3-1. Essentially, if you wipe away Ha-Seong Kim's contract, we're good, right? So the 3-1 pitch right there on the outer edge. Full count now. Alex Call trying to work his way aboard. What I think is essentially going to happen is that is a starting point. If you ever did anything in negotiations, you lowball them so that when you eventually raise the number, the players are much happier. Now, the players are standing pat on the fact that they've never wanted a salary cap and they never will want a salary cap. 3-2 pitch, swing, chops it over to third. Bones got it, and he'll flip it to first. So the Dodgers lead it 2-0 after another solo shot. We'll be back in just a flash here on the BCR doubleheader.
Favorite kind of friends are the ones that will text you, guess what I just did? And you have to wonder if they just went on a shopping spree or committed a felony.
Are Irishmen romantic? No. These are vicious rumours being spread by Hollywood to put work on the common Irishman. We don't want to have to live up to Paul Mescal going around saying poems with his nice body. You won't find any of that in this country. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. He's just reading it for money, which I've got nothing but respect for. We are not the French. Thank God. I've been to France. They don't even want to eat themselves. I'll give you an example of an Irishman. Last year, a friend of mine bought his girlfriend a lovely Valentine's Day card, and in the middle of the Valentine's card it said in a beautiful font, Happy Valentine's Day. So he didn't write anything else in the card. He felt that was everything that needed to be said. If an Irishman really loves you, he's just going to start asking if you're hungry because he wants to get a dinner into you. I don't care about if people are hungry unless I'm in love with them. I mean, I don't want them to starve.
In order to make our top 9, you had to have played at least 1,000 games at second base. That would be the only reason you won't see the great Jackie Robinson in this show. So let's find out who did make this most exclusive club, starting with number 9. Before Bobby Grich became a full-time power-hitting second baseman, he plied his craft at a different position.
Bobby was a shortstop originally, and we had to make room for him on the team.
He thought so much of Grich that they were able to send Davy Johnson, their second baseman, to the Atlanta Braves, and Grich really thrived.
There's a long drive, left field, way back, it's gone. The ball game is over.
Bobby did things that winners do. He was a terrific second baseman. He was fearless, the most intense player, or at least one of the most intense players that I ever played with.
Major League Baseball, outfield Mount Rushmore. 3 greatest outfielders of all time. Who's your pick?
So where the heads are going to butt is that the players union don't want any kind of a salary cap because they think it's going to prevent them from making money. I think they're missing the forest for the trees. Because here's the thing. If you put a salary cap in, and maybe 245 isn't legit as the first pitch on the way, swing and a miss. With Blesky versus Marsh, it's 0-1. Maybe that's not a legit number, right? Maybe you need to push it up closer to 260 for the teams that want to spend more, the Dodgers, the Yankees, etc. I'd even be happy. I'd even be fine with something like 275, right? But then if you lift the floor, and there is no floor right now, the 0-2 and the dirt 1-2. What these players tend to forget is, yeah, it'll hamstring some of your superstars from making the mega bucks. But your run-of-the-mill players are going to make a hell of a lot more than what they're making now. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. I think what you would need to do is not only do you do if you're going to do the salary cap, but then the players should go back to the table and say, is the 2-2 pitch inside 3-2? So a full count now, but they should be able to go in and say, all right, we need to raise the minimum for each player. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. Top shelf. Little top shelf tequila here on a Friday night, and there's one away. Robleski, that is his 4th strikeout of the day. 3 in the first inning. But if you look at the way the teams spend the money right now, so many teams just don't spend any money. As the first pitch is right there at the knees to Adolis Garcia. That's been another bust signing. They signed him to fill in for a power market for the outfield as the 0-1 swing and a miss and 0-2. And though he didn't get a big contract, they were expecting him middle of the order. He's batting 8th tonight, batting 201. The 0-2 pitch just got a piece of it. Just to stay alive. He's got 4 home runs and his OPS is below 600. The 0-2 swing, punches it back foul, and we'll do it again. So yeah, you've got the Mets spending $334, the Dodgers spending $300, Yankees $291. And you go down, the Braves have $267. But once again, if you get rid of Kim's contract, which they never would have signed if they were under that kind of, is the 0-2. Oh man, he probably should have challenged that. That hit the side of the zone. So a 1-2 count. But then go all the way down to teams that aren't spending nearly. Is the 1-2 pitch, just got a piece of it. Fouls it straight back, we'll do it again. You got the Marlins, Cleveland, White Sox, Washington, A's, and Cardinals. All of them are below 100,000 right now. The 1-2 pitch, swing, lifts it into left field, going back on the track, making the catch right there at the warning track. F7 in your scorecard, Alex Call, and there's 2 down. So if you go all the way up, and we're talking about the 171 mark, half of the league right now does not spend that much money. Half. And 8 teams are 75 million under it. So all those teams would have to spend money, and it would raise the salary for everybody else. And if they did the math and understood that, the players would be like, well, heck yeah, the 0-1 right there at the knees, it's 0-2. And I think that's what you have to do. If you're the owners, if you're going to get this thing done, you're going to have to raise the floor a little higher. Well, we all know how negotiations go. You're going to have to get the ceiling a little higher, and you're going to have to give on the minimum wage. The 0-2 swing, lifts it, right field, and making the sliding catch out there is Kyle Tucker. That's the one thing that hasn't escaped Tucker this year. He's still got that glove. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Los Angeles here in the City of Angels.
He died of natural causes.
You pushed him off the roof.
Yeah, gravity.
Okay, well, you clearly don't care, so why don't you just leave?
I would like to stay. This pertains to me.
I would like you to leave. Why don't you go outside and take a shot of insulin and have a nap, okay?
Why do you always assume I have diabetes?
You have a glass of apple juice and tell me that you don't have diabetes, okay? All right. See? Just the noise you made when you stood up. I could do...
Ryan D. Sandberg, a sure-handed second baseman with power and speed, earned 9 Gold Gloves, elected to 10 All-Star teams, and named the National League MVP in 1984.
And what a year it was for Sandberg in 1984. MVP and a bevy of offensive stats that spoke to his all-around game.
Just one of those years where I just felt real comfortable and aggressive at the plate, and I got pitches to hit and I didn't miss them.
Every day he showed up and did something to help his team win. He may get 2 singles and then steal 2 bases and put himself into scoring position. I don't ever recall seeing him have a bad game.
He was as well-rounded player as I've seen.
There's probably a 3-4 year section of the 80s where if he wasn't the best player in the game, he was certainly in the top 5.
He hit deep left center. Look out! Do you believe it? It's gone!
Sandberg had his most powerful season in 1990 when he hit 40 home runs, a feat that's been accomplished by only 2 other second basemen, Davey Johnson and Rogers Hornsby.
There's a drive, way back. It might be number 40, and his 100th run batted in this year.
We would certainly love to have Ryan Sandberg on your team for 10 years.
Listen to the crowd, and he takes his bow.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. So the current contracts, they'd have to figure something out with that, and you might Honest Engine, you might have to have some kind of stipulation put in, almost like some of these grandfathered in into a degree, because you couldn't force a team to all of a sudden have to sell off, right? But I would say that they have to get there would be some kind of a leeway of at least a season or 2 to be able to get your numbers down. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch to Freeland from Wheeler. Alex Freeland, the second baseman, number 9 hitter. The 0-2 count. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch misses high. 2-2. I was talking about Iron Lung because James was saying that he was gone. I was like, man, it's not even 8 o'clock out there. He lives out there in San Diego. The 2-2 swing, lifts it high into left field, and Marsh is underneath it. 1 away. You say you miss cassette tapes. Do you really miss? I don't. I went in a phase shortly before the pandemic of buying a record player and old records. Man, that lasted like a year. I got sick and tired of getting up and have to change the damn album every so often. If I'm in a situation where I can be like, in the garage or something, I'll do it as the 1-0. Swing. That ball is cranked. Yanked. She gone over the right field wall, and the Los Angeles Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani has put 3 on the board. Another solo shot, the 3rd one of the night for the Dodgers. 374 feet, 99 miles an hour off the bat of Shohei Ohtani. And LA leads Philly 3-0. But yeah, the problem with that was the first pitch to Andy Paez, a swing and a miss, up in on his hands. It's 0-1. With the with the records, is that then because I'm in Florida, I had to start worrying about where I was going to store them and make sure they didn't get hot, because if they get hot, they're going to end up warping and whatnot. So yeah, I really don't miss them. But every once in a while, I'll still bust out those albums because I spent so much damn money on them. The 0-1 pitch swing, chops it over to short, 6-3 put out, and there's 2 down. That was one of those types of deals where you get to drinking and looking at, I think it was mostly on Amazon, but I'm sure it was on a couple of sites, and you start thinking, man, I'd like to hear that album on an old album, on a 33, et cetera, et cetera. Next thing I know, I have all these albums and records coming to the house, and my wife's like, where are these coming from? They're coming around the 8th, 9th inning. Before we were doing these baseball games. First pitch inside to Freeman. This is for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 count. That's also before I knew as much as I did about YouTube, about if you go on the 1-1 inside, 2-1. That if you get the premium YouTube, what is it, $13, $14 a month, whatever it is, and you just get rid of your Spotify, then you can watch videos on YouTube, old rock and roll and old country concerts without any interruptions. The 2-2 count. Freddie Freeman's already hit 1 out tonight. Wheeler's already given up 3. The 2-2 swing, lifts it into left field, and Marsh, who's had a very busy night out there, he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers lead it 3-0. We'll be back in a flash. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, they've all gone yard here in La La Land.
Ma'am, we've gone over every transaction in your account history. Transfer me to someone else. I no longer want to speak with you. You're not getting transferred again. You've already been transferred twice. I'm the supervisor, and there's nobody else that's going to give you any other information. I want to speak with someone higher than you. In that case, if you don't mind, close your eyes and bow your head for me. What? Father God, I leave you with my customer. She's not understanding and will use more money than what you have in your account available for you.
This is girl math. So I bought this purse for $38, which means it was $30. I spent $200 at one store, but all the other stores we walked into, I didn't buy anything. So when you spread it out, that was good. You saved money. I saved money. We went to Sephora, and the lady at the cash said that if I spend $20, then I get 500 points, which is $10 off my next purchase. So I made money. I bought $20 in scratch tickets, and I won $70, so I made $70. Yeah, you made 70, not 50.
And I think they were trying all kinds of different people at first. Guys were making errors and weren't playing good defense. And I got in there and got like 3 or 4 hits.
That's a base hit. Batting his 4th base hit in the second run batted in this ball game.
And then I got in there again the next day and got 2 or 3 again. And next thing you know, I was just playing every day.
There's a smash. Stepped on first, 1 out to the plate. He's got it home. What a double play. How about that?
I hope I'm at first all the time. I think that's the best place for me. And really, it's not really much of an adjustment that I've been playing there just basically all my life.
We knew he was the first baseman. As the year 84 went, you know that's going to be it.
Mattingly makes a play. They're going to try to score. And from third, and he is out of home. Fine play by Don Mattingly.
Boy, you talk about a youngster playing first base.
There's no I in team, but there is a me.
Are you dyslexic?
I'm Caucasian.
Welcome back. Dodgers lead the Phillies 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. We saw a lot of great bands. When I first moved to Nashville, early 90s, first pitch swinging by Kyle Schwarber to start the inning. He'll ground it out to first, and it is a G3. Freeman steps on the bag. 1 away. We saw a lot of great bands back in the day. I forget sometimes who we saw. I've definitely seen Panic. I saw Panic handful of times. I had some good friends that went to like all the shows, so that, you know, I got dragged to a few of them. Lefty-righty matchup, Trey Turner is 0 for 1 on the day with the strikeout, lifts the high fly ball deep into right field, and that ball's going to get botched. Tucker thought Paez was going to grab it and pulled up. They almost slammed into each other, so probably going to give him a base hit, but we'll see what happens here. Nope, they're going to give it an error, I believe. Or they haven't. Yep, it's an error. The ball did hit his glove, but he alligator armed it, for those of y'all who aren't watching at home. Lefty-lefty matchup. Slider down and away. It's 1-0. Yeah, we saw Van Halen a couple times. What was the one, the 5150 album? We saw Sammy at 1-0. Misses high and inside. Yeah, it was one of those things where Paez and Tucker did a I got it, you get it type of situation. The 2-0 count. Harper whistles it back to the backstop. 2-1. Dodgers lead it. Three to nothing. Top of the fourth inning, 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. Bryce Harper will go have a seat. And there is 2 down. Two down and runner at second. The first pitch is a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. I think one of the key reasons why that was called an error as well is, remember, the Phillies have not gotten a base hit so far in this game. The 0-1. This is high, 1-1. By the time I started really going to shows, Dave was already gone from Van Halen, so it was Sammy. I remember us going to the 5150 album tour. Remember that one specifically is the 1-1. Fouls it away. It's 1-2. When was that? The 1-2 pitch, swing. Fouls it back, it's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Turns and kicks, swing, chops it over to third, and that should be a 5-3. It is. Muncy to Freeman. We'll be back in a flash. It is 3-0 Los Angeles, going to the bottom of the fourth inning.
Explained to Red, chance to buy a house, etc., and escrow is going to close 4 days. I'm $3,500 short, and I'll work it off. I'll pay you back any way I can, etc. So he said, $3,500. Ain't got no small change on me right now, but calls his secretary over with a thumb snap and says, bring me my checkbook. So he's writing a check, Pat Morita, $3,500. And as he's writing, before he signs his name, he says, now look here, I don't want to hear about no papers, no payback, no interest, no IOU, no nothing. You want to pay me back? I know you're going to make it one day, son. You do this for somebody. Never forgot it. Have done it. Fortunately, I got to that place he predicted I was going to get to, and have helped a few people under the same condition.
Just a few months after becoming the Yanks' starting first baseman, he found himself in San Francisco, taking part in his first All-Star game. But there were still plenty questioning if he had all the tools he needed.
The knock on Donnie was he didn't hit home runs.
You know, I'd like to hit with some power. That's nothing that you can really try to get better at. Just thinking, hopefully I'm going to go stronger as I get older and get with a little bit more power.
Well, yeah, he wasn't that type of hitter in the minors and when he first came up. But that's not what a guy is when he comes up. A player doesn't develop all by himself. You need support somewhere.
Mattingly would find it from a veteran teammate, Lou Piniella.
He was still playing, and he was kind of transitioning into coaching.
Right, just good enough to hit him over the 362 thing.
And he'd been working with me on like weight shift a little bit and bottom hand stuff. And I always put it in play, but I was kind of getting a carve a little bit. And Piniella taught me how to use my bottom hand. I started backspinning balls, and all of a sudden, balls I would just miss were going out of the ballpark.
There's a drive going deep to right field. Look out. It is going, it is gone.
Welcome back. Yeah, I had it mixed up. I forgot we had been listening to the 5150 album for the longest time when I first moved there. It was the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge Tour. I don't know why, but I thought that was the name of the single, but that was the name of the album. And that was the tour that we went to in 91. That makes a lot more sense. As I looked, I was like, 86? I was not doing that in 86. First pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. I was still living in Florida in 86. The 1-0 count. Mookie Betts the batter. Dodgers lead it 3-0. Kicks and fires. Just grabs the outer edge. Nope, does not give him the call. So it's a 2-0 count. Wheeler turns and fires. Outside wide, 3-0. It's his 44th pitch of the night as he starts the fourth inning. The 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, 3-1. We saw, you name it, we saw the rock and roll band because it was my buddies. They were the ones that were really into it. I just moved to Tennessee. 3-1. Swing, slaps it over towards second. Stott's got it, flips it to Harper, and there's one away. In 91, it was the tail end of high school, and we were going to a ton of concerts then. And see, shortly after that, they changed the venue in Nashville. For the longest time, they had an amphitheater, an outdoor amphitheater that everybody went to. The really cool concerts would come to Nashville then in the 80s and early 90s. Kyle Tucker swinging at the first pitch and whistles it back foul. It's 0-1. And then they tore that down and started doing it in the new hockey stadium. And that just kind of put an end to it all because it kind of sucked, to be honest with you, is the 0-1. This is outside wide 1. You went from partying outdoors and listening to really cool rock and roll bands and great country concerts too back then is the 1-1 in the dirt 2-1. You went from that to being indoors, and the music had started to change in the 90s, as we all know, and it just didn't have the same vibe. It kind of fizzled, and we kind of stopped going to concerts. We would still go to from time to time, but it wasn't. Before that, it was religiously the 2-1, right there at the knees, 2-2. Yankees lead the A's 7-1, so they're in trouble there. Here it's 3-0 in Los Angeles. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Guns N' Roses was my favorite band back in that era. But they screwed that up. So you talk about messing in your mess kit, man. That was it. They got in fights with each other and everybody else and broke up and all that crap, and the entire band fizzled out. Max Muncy, the batter, first pitch inside. Right there. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Yep, Nirvana ruined everything. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Inside. 1-1. But I still saw a lot of those bands. I saw Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. We saw Nirvana at the very beginning before he went Boo Bats and ended it all. The 2-0 count. In the Dirt. 3-0. And a band that was not really my favorite band, but I'm telling you, they put on the best show I saw of any band that we saw in that era, in that 7 to 10 year span. Alice in Chains was it, man. They opened so many times for these bands that I've been referencing. Is the 3-0 pitch, swing, pops it up. High over on the right side of the infield, and it's going to bounce on the top of the first base dugout and into the crowd. 3-1. At the doors in. Where's that? Is that in San Diego, Iron? The 3-1 count. Drops at the bottom of the zone. It's a full count. Payoff pitch, swing, rolls it over to first, and Bryce Harper's got it. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Phillies still without a hit. We go to the top of the 5th. Here in sunny Los Angeles, 3-0 your score.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
He's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers! I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stanza full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
A day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Forget it, he's rolling. I think he'll ever get out of here.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took one.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back. 3-0. Dodgers lead the Phillies. This is Philadelphia's first return since that fatal night in the postseason when Kirkling threw that ball wide when he should have just went to first. Lefty-lefty matchup is Robleski. Evens up the count with the slider off the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing, fouls it back. It's 1-2. Yeah, Axel went boo bats. There's something about, I don't know. Someone was taking a picture and he wanted them to confiscate the camera and they didn't confiscate the camera. Something nutty like that. We weren't up against the stage like that. We were out in the back. And anyways, they all went bananas. The next thing you know, they're rioting and throwing crap. And we picked up a couple of big, big load-bearing lumber and was trying to ram the stage. And once the police started getting really close, we're like, it might be time to go. It was right before we graduated high school. It was that summer. Stott must have broken his bat. He goes in the dugout. We had one buddy with us. He did not want to leave. Like, he was hellbound and determined to make the news. We're like, dude, you got a couple of options. As the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike three. Blew it right by him on the outer edge. That's his sixth strikeout of the night, by the way. One away here in the fifth. I see them pop up from time to time, Richard, but as the first pitch is right there to JT Realmuto for a strike, it's 0-1. But Honest Engine, they're a shell of their former self, and, you know, they ruined their own legacy as the 0-1 fouls it back. It's 0-2. But a lot of rock bands did that back then, and you just never could. We could understand it as fans. We're like, man, you have a small time where not only is your music going to be relevant, but we're going to go and watch it as the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Strikeout number 7 for Wróblewski. No hits allowed, just the error out there by Tucker. If it wasn't for that, we'd have a perfect game going right now. We got a couple of good rams into the stage with that. Once it started to look like that we were going to be a part of the problem, we're like, let's get out on that one dude. I can't remember his name. He would not leave. He finally come running out to the car at the end as the 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. He was raising hell with us. Y'all were going to leave me? Well, we weren't going down with the ship, buddy. 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So 1-2 count. Wróblewski blowing it right by the Phillies tonight. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. This dude's got a snowman on the board. Wow, is he putting on a performance. We'll be back in a flash. 3-0 Los Angeles. Dodgers grab the bats when we return.
What are you doing? Excuse me? Are you really drinking a beer before work? You damn right I'm having a beer. What? Have you been to that job? No. Have you dealt with them idiots all day? No. Let me do me. Thank you.
There have been some really bad teams throughout baseball history, but the 1995 Yonkers Hoot Owls might be the worst. Their home games were played at Fleming Field. The infield was all dirt with lights so low that most fielders couldn't see a pop-up. Instead of dugouts, they had cage-link fences which provided no shade, making hot summer games almost unbearable. With no scoreboard, a dry erase board was hung on the outfield fence and operated by an intern. For batting practice, they stacked a garbage can on top of 2 others instead of an L screen. In order to get from one game to another, they used an unstable school bus with no air conditioning. Their roster was mostly comprised of local players. Every homestand, they would send out a new right fielder. After their first 28 games, they were 6-22. By the end of the season, they were 14-54. There were few wins that season, and even less people in the stands to witness any of them. In their last game of the season, they went out on a high, beating the Nighthawks 11-7, despite giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth. When you combine this not-so-good team with its even worse field, you have the combination worthy of one of baseball's worst teams.
You would think that I had 1 year left on my contract, and you just get 3,000 hits, and now the guy wants you to retire?
Now, they had a love-hate relationship, but how dare he say that to him? I think Mr. Kaufman was great to George, but that night, for whatever reason, he said that to George.
I said, you know what? I'm playing just to piss him off.
He might have been turning 40, but George Brett with a chip on his shoulder was still George Brett.
George Brett continues to tear apart American League pitching.
Why are you getting so whipped up about something as unimportant as hair?
It's more important than you might think. You let him get away with that haircut. Next thing, he wants his earrings. Earrings turn to tattoos. Tattoos turn to crime. Crime turns to jail. Another bad haircut.
3-0 your score, bottom of the 5th inning. We saw a big concert that had them at the Bellevue DeVoe was there. We got dragged to it by the girls we were dating. Biggest thing I remember about that. So I know BBD was there as the first pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Dodgers lead 3-0 off of 3 solo shots. The 0-1 swing. Lifts it. High, deep. That ball's going to keep going back, and that ball's gone. Another solo shot. Zach Wheeler has given up 4 home runs tonight, and it's 4-0. The Los Angeles Dodgers, all solo shots over Zach Wheeler, who had been pitching really well. Wow. They are taking him to task. First pitch swinging and a miss upstairs to Alex Collins, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Down and away, sweeper. 1-1. I don't remember the name of the concert, but they had a bunch of them coming in together. And I remember BBD was there. And so the girls we were dating dragged us to it, right? Is the 1-1 outside wide. Ball 2-1. And so our game plan was it was me and my 2 best friends at the time, and our game plan was, because we were going to the concert with these 3 girls, is the 2-1 down and away, 3-1. And these were girlfriends. This wasn't like a date or something. These were girlfriends, like they were already set girlfriends, so you didn't have to worry about if you were going to impress them. And we knew that they were driving because we said the only way we're going is if you're the designated driver, right? Long before the world of Uber. Is the 3-1, chops it foul, full count. So our game plan was we got plowed. Before you even got to the parking lot to do the pre-gaming, I mean, I can't tell you anything about anything. When we got there, and this is when they had the old amphitheater, and they had them on the grass. It was, a sloped amphitheater. Grass is the payoff pitch, swing, fouls it away, do it one more time. And the rest of that concert, I just remember looking to my left and looking to my right, and both of those dudes were passed out about, 10 yards apart from us. And we would just moan to each other every once in a while, this sucks. What was the name of that other band? The one that, the payoff pitch, swing, just got a piece of it. I can't remember the name of the, I'll think of it. They were in that whole era of the MC Hammer type of, was that type of genre. The payoff pitch. Just below the knee. Did that? No. He's going to walk him. That was a very close call. A little surprised Real Muto didn't challenge that. And they'll have one on and nobody out here. There's one across here in the bottom of the 5th. It was the Coca-Cola something tour. It was really corny. It was sponsored by Coca-Cola and I think MTV. So maybe it was the Coca-Cola MTV tour. I could see the dude's face as plain as day, but I cannot remember the name of the song of the band. But they were, one of these really corny early 90s bands. First pitch to Alex Freeland is right there. It's 0-1. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Two Live Crew. The 0-1 misses high, inside, 1-1. These were all radio pop bands. I'll have to look up, because I'll still hear that freaking I'll hear that song every great once in a while, right? Every few years you'll put it on one of those 80s, 90s rock stations, and you're like, oh man, that terrible band. Let me tell you a story about that. The 1-1, Wheeler brings it. Upstairs misses high. Ball 2-1. That was pitch number 70 for Wheeler. Dodgers lead it 4-0. The 2-1 pitch swing. Drops it over to second. Hard hit ball, but they're going to turn a 4-6-3 nifty turn on a double play. Great play by Stott. He had to slide to the opposite side of his glove hand and then shovel it to Trey Turner at second base. Turner had to hurry and turn it fast because Freeland was flying down the line. Shohei Ohtani, the batter, first pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Ohtani hit a home run. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Inside, 1-1. The Coca-Cola MTV Tour. Oh, I was right. That's what it was called. The 1-1 misses inside. 2-1. Belle Biv DeVoe. CNC Music Factory. That's who it was. Belle Biv DeVoe. CNC Music Factory. Color Me Bad. Do you understand why this thing sucked? The 2-1 pitch. Inside. Misses high. Ball 3-1. Tony Tone. I don't even remember who Tara Kemp was. Gerardo. Y'all remember Gerardo? 3-1. Right there. Curve. And it's a full count. So a full count. Dodgers lead it 4-0. The payoff pitch. Swing. Fouls it down the line. Do it again on a full count. The payoff pitch, swing, punches that down the line. Payoff pitch one more time. Swing, lifts it, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So it's a 2-out single for the Dodgers. They're leaving some out. Like, I looked it up, but I know they're leaving some out because there were a ton of people at that thing because it went on forever. And maybe they added a bunch that weren't on the original tour because it was in Nashville. I don't remember, but yeah, Gerardo was the guy from Rico Suave. Pitch on the way. Upstairs. We were hearing all the jams that day, baby. Color Me Bad, Rico Suave. I do not remember Tara Kemp at all. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. And a dying quail into left field, but making the running charge is Stott, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers 4, Phillies nothing. We'll go to the 6th here in Los Angeles.
Hey there, it's day 4 out here on the boat. You know me, living out here on the water till tax season's over, taking advantage of that maritime law, just like George Washington said. I ain't got no water, but I got a 48 pack of Miller Lite, and I'm living like a king, baby. God bless America, and screw you communists if you don't like how we do it out here.
There is a weather advisory in your area. Be on the lookout for thunderstorms, hail, and Cyclone Joe Williams. He got the nickname Smokey and Cyclone due to the impressive velocity on his fastball. He had a record of 20-7 in games against MLB stars and postseason barnstorming exhibitions. He once threw a no-hitter in a game against the New York Giants in 1917, the same team that won the National League pennant that year. Ty Cobb once said he would have been a 30-game winner in the Major League. In 1952, the Pittsburgh Courier asked a panel of veterans and sports writers to name the best Negro League pitcher of all time. Williams won by 1 vote over Satchel Paige.
The next day, in Game 4, the Cardinals would take a commanding 5-1 lead into the 7th. But with 2 outs and Suter unavailable, the St. Louis bullpen fell apart against the relentless Brewer bats.
Whitey not feeling apparently that he wants to use Suter today. He had the lead, didn't protect it with his ace.
Base hit. Brewers will take the lead. 1 run in. 2 runs are in. 7-5 Milwaukee.
The Cardinals would have no counterpunch and lose Game 4. Then, in Game 5, despite out-hitting the Brewers 15-11, they'd strand 12 runners and lose 6-4. The series was going back to St. Louis, but the Brewers just needed one more win.
Busch Stadium in St. Louis, 53,000 partisan Cardinal fans for Game 6. The Milwaukee Brewers are just 1 game away from the championship. The Cardinals, with a win, would force a final Game 7.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Four to nothing your score. We go to the top of the 6th. And Robleski, who's got a no-no going, fires the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 count. Robleski brings it. Curveball down and in. Almost got him in the foot. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Fouls it straight back, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, chopper over to short. Mookie's got it. 6-3, low throw, and there's one away. Top of the 6th, 1 out. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Schwarber hanging out on deck. Baroa, who's getting his first at bats here in 2026. He lined out to right his first time up. The 0-2 pitch, swing. Fouls it back, out of play. The 0-2 pitch, swing, chops it back behind the plate, and we'll do it again. The 0-2. Inside, 1-2. The 1-2, caught looking, strike 3. Got him on the outer edge, and there's 2 down. Robleski, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, it's funny, Richard. Like, back then, like, it was music and it was sports. Like, that's all I ever cared about. I quit with the whole music thing in the late 90s, early 2000s. The first pitch, right there for a strike, it's 0-1. But my love of sports always stayed there. Don't get me wrong. If I'm drinking a few beers by the pool and everything, I still love music, but I'm not obsessed with it anymore. It's the 0-1. Down and away 1-1. And I think it's just because what I grew up on doesn't exist anymore. I mean, to be honest, it's not my jam. The 2-1-1 pitch, swing, hammered. High and deep, and that'll get rid of the no-no. Kyle Schwarber goes dead red over the wall, and it's 4-1. Philadelphia is on the board here in the top of the 6th inning. He blasted that sucker. Dead center field, 411 feet. Trey Turner will be the batter. Robleski's still at only 79 pitches. First pitch swinging by Turner, lifts it high into right field, drifting back, making the catch. This time Tucker and Paez won't run into each other, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Freddie Freeman leads us off when we return here, bottom of the 6th in Los Angeles.
What would you do if we broke up?
I'd get back with my ex.
You get back with your ex?
Yeah.
Your ex?
Yes.
That you're broken up with? I thought you had bad blood with your ex.
No.
Honey? Darling?
No.
No bad blood, though? So you just jump right back in a relationship with them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Seems like the most logical thing to do. Maybe I'd get back with my ex, too. Why not?
Why wouldn't you get back with your ex?
There's a lot of reasons I wouldn't get back with my ex. I thought you had 100 reasons why you wouldn't get back with yours either, but here you go, saying you're going straight back to your ex if we ever break up. So should we break up now? Am I holding you back from something that you want?
I would just get back together with my ex.
I understand. You said that, like, first thing.
How is that? Is that the wrong answer?
I think it's very eye-opening. I guess I can't say it's the wrong answer. It's just interesting.
You're my ex. We'd be broken up.
So you'd get back together with me?
Yes.
Well, I guess that would be really sweet, so.
Our next shortstop also spent his entire career with just one team, the Reds' Barry Larkin.
He was the guy that you worried about. Not only could he beat you with a big base hit, he could beat you certainly with a big home run.
How many ways can he beat you? With the glove, with the leg, and tonight with the bat.
He could go the other way, he could hit and run, he could hit for power. He was one of those special players that when they talk about a 5-tool player, that's Barry.
Here's a guy, Barry Larkin, had all the tools, but Barry did what he had to do to win. Very good and underrated defensive player.
There's that acrobatic athleticism by Barry Larkin.
He was a shortstop that was very athletic, had a lot of range.
And a backhand stop by Larkin. Threw him out with a dandy play.
But having said that, he was still a guy that offensively was able to put up big numbers. And, that wasn't a combination you saw very much.
He's the first 30-30 shortstop in the history of Major League Baseball.
Barry Larkin won more Silver Sluggers than any other player at his position. He had to be pretty good.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Dodgers lead it 4-1. Freddie Freeman will lead us off. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike. Cutter, it's 0-1. Wheeler, swing. Freddie knocks it backwards. It's 0-2. You too. In the dirt, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Four to 1 your score. The pitch. Just misses outside. Ball 2-2-2. Standing on deck is Mookie. Tucker in the hole. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Over by the third base dugout and making the catch. Whoa! Bohm almost stumbled and fumbled, but he made catch and held on. One away. One down. Bottom of the sixth, Mookie Betts standing at the plate. First pitch is at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks, swing, rolls it on the ground over to short. Turner's got it, flips it to first, and Betts is down 6-3. You're asking about the standings, Richard? We are going into tonight's game. If the Phillies lose tonight, we'll be 9.5 up on Philly. 10. We're 10 up on Washington, 13 on Miami, and 14.5 up on the Mets. First pitch to Kyle Tucker is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Wheeler brings it. Swing, pops it up. That should get the Phillies out of the inning as Marsh, he's got it. F7, and we'll head to the 7th inning. 4-1 Dodgers here in La La Land.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachia Word of the Day. The word of the day is fascinate. I think I'm gaining too much weight because I had 9 buttons and I can only fascinate.
Newsflash, communist. This is a little thing called a tractor, okay? Here in America, we work our land. We don't have a communist king to call every time we want fish and chips like y'all over there in communist England, alright? We live like the pilgrims. We live like the founding fathers intended, man. Living off the land like George Washington and Lewis and Clark and Paul Revere, okay? We don't get locked away in a dungeon when we forget to make our crumpet payment to the Queen. We get thrown away in a castle when we forget to pray for the prince, okay? Here in America, we care about what we eat, okay? We don't put beans on breakfast, and we don't worship knights and fairies like y'all over there in England, alright? We care about ourselves. We do what we can, man. And here in America, we're living free and proud in the home of the brave, baby. So next time you're over there in communist England eating some beans on toast and having to pray to the king, why don't you remember what it's like to be a red-blooded American for once in your life? Come on, keep living free and proud in the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I think we felt good because it's our ballpark. We had Suter ready, so we were confident, but we knew that we had to get off to a good start.
And sure enough, St. Louis was able to put 2 runs on the board in the second before a red-hot Darryl Porter would start a decidedly un-Cardinal explosion a few innings later.
And a high drive, deep right, home run. St. Louis Cardinals are alive and well and leading 4-0. High drive, deep right field. Hernandez will touch them all.
Welcome back. Four to 1 your score. Bryce Harper leads us off here as Wroblewski fires a bullet right by him, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. This kid's impressive. When the Braves played Wroblewski, he was not hitting his spots. We had seen his numbers. And look, I mean, I expected him to go toe for toe, and he had that one inning. If you remember, he had one inning where he wasn't hitting spots and the Braves made him pay. But outside of that, he was pretty darn good. Braves won that game, but you could see where the stuff was at. It was either the second or third inning. He couldn't find his spots, and it was a day game. It was the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, rips it over to second. That'll be a 4-3 put out. Freeland to Freeman. One away. Dodgers come into tonight's game 4 games in front of the Padres, 4.5 in front of Arizona. Diamondbacks are trailing 5-3 in their game in Seattle. First pitch is outside wide to Bohm. It's 1-0. Yankees, meanwhile, are up 8-1 on the Athletics. 1-0. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. And camping underneath it, making the catch. 2 down. F4 in your scorecard. Braves will be playing tomorrow. Well, yeah. Still tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7:15 in the Dodgers and Phillies. As the pitch on the way to Stott is swung on and lifted high and deep. Man, I'll tell you what, Tucker and Paez almost ran into each other again. What the heck's going on out there? We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 7th we go. Here on the BCR doubleheader. Welcome back. The Padres thing dumbfounds me. I have no idea. I saw your comment, Richard. I have no earthly idea how they could have absolutely no offense. It'll be Tim Misa coming on against Max Muncy. Bottom of the 7th, nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Right there at the knees, it's 1-1. Dodgers lead it 4-1. The puppies love doubleheaders because they know they get the double dip of cheese. The 1-1. Chopper back to the mound. Mize has got it. Underhand flip, and there's one away. Let's see what the matchup is tomorrow. Luzardo versus Sasaki. So that's probably going to be a pretty high-scoring game. Sasaki, he's had a couple of recently he's had a couple of decent outings. But all in all, he has not been impressive. And Luzardo, I'm not sure what the hell happened to him. He's up, he's down. You never know what you're going to get from him this year. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. He was really good last year for Philadelphia. The 0-1 pitch, swing, lifts it down the left field line. That is a fair ball. It's going to rattle around in the corner, and Marsh comes up with it, and it's going to be... Are they saying that's foul? They must be saying that's foul. I thought it was fair the way they were all reacting. Oh, yeah, it's plenty foul. They didn't show the original, what I'm looking at now. Not that I know of. He pitched the other night. The 0-2. Inside 1-2. The 1-2 count. He pitches Sunday. Yamamoto. The 1-2 pitch. Inside 2-2. So they should win Sunday's game. It's Yamamoto versus Painter. Tomorrow night's game's the big question mark. So the Dodgers win here. They'll probably win the series, but man, you'd love to see them sweep the Phillies. As the 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 away. Braves are going up against Lodolo on Sunday, and he has struggled this year. He's got pretty good stuff, but he has struggled this year. He's got a 5.57 ERA. And Singer, I don't know how he's got a 6.26 ERA. He's always been pretty good, but the Braves need to pounce on him tomorrow. First pitch swinging by Alex Call is going to be lifted into left field, and that's going to be an F7 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 8th. 4-1 Los Angeles. Phillies, grab the bats when we return.
106 miles to Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack. 106 miles to Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salad. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah? I mean, the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. 4-1 your score, and now it gets sketchy. The Dodgers go to their bullpen. They've had a ton of injuries there. By the way, not for nothing, I think it's going to be really hard for them to bring back Edwin Diaz with all that controversy in the chicken fighting going on. Enriquez, the right-hander, coming in. Face Real Muto. First pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-1. And I'm sure they'll go out and make a trade for 6 outstanding relievers. But right now, the Dodgers bullpen has been shaky. The 0-1. Man, that looked like a strike. They're going to challenge it. I'd be surprised if they don't win this one. Home plate umpire Steve Jasinski. And he got it right. So the Dodgers win their challenge. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Enriquez turns and kicks. And what the hell was that? All right, automatic ball pitch timer violation. Henriquez went to deliver the ball and held on to it and spun around. That'll be an automatic ball. And here we go again. So a 1-2 count. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. And that should be a soft pop-up over there to Freddie Freeman. He'll make the catch. F3, and there's one away. With all the PETA groups and everything out there in California, I just don't know how they can bring him back as the first pitch, 101 miles an hour. There for a strike, it's 1-0. They call it a ball. I guess they're not going to challenge it. The 1-0. Looked like a strike. Swing. Lifts it. High and deep into center field. And that ball's going to get over the head of Paez. He'll get the carom and flip it into the infield, and it's a one-out double for the Phillies. I just don't see how it's not quite the Michael Vick thing, but there's no precedent to really put it against it. I just don't know how Major League Baseball can have him come back this year. He's got to face some kind of suspension for that. First pitch chopper over to short. Mookie's got it, flips it to Freeman, and there's 2 down. Marsh heads down to from second to third. Runner at third, 2 outs. I don't see how they don't suspend him. It's been a moot point right now because he's been on the IL. First pitch swinging. That ball's going to get dropped into center field, and it's down for a base hit, and the Phillies have cut the lead to 4-2. So the Phillies climbing back into this ball game. And Dave Roberts is going to go out there. I believe he's going to make a pitching change. We'll see what happens here. I would assume that's what he's doing. Normally the manager doesn't come out nowadays unless he's going to make the change. Yep, that's it for Henriquez. We'll be back in a flash. The Dodger bullpen continues to be shaky. Back in a flash. Dodgers and Phillies 4-2 LA. Welcome back. It is 4-2, and Kyle Schwarber's coming to the plate. He hit a home run his last time up. So the Phillies go to Schwarber, and the Dodgers are going to the bullpen. And it'll be Alex Vesia, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch drops a strike there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Yeah, it's strange is that there's no precedent for it. And you can't look to other leagues because nobody plays as many games as we do. But Michael Vick is the 0-1, outside wide 1-1. Didn't he get a full season? I can't even remember. It seems like it was a pretty hefty fine. Look it up real quick. Runner at first, 2 outs. Pitch is high and out of the zone. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Man, he was going for the downs on that one. He was trying to tie this baby up. Oh, that's right, because he went to prison for 21 months. So he missed the 2 years, obviously. And I guess he didn't get anything extra when he came out of prison, so the 2-2 misses outside, 3-2. For some reason I thought there was a suspension after that, but the suspension just lasted 23 months essentially because it counted with the indictment, but it was a house arrest. Everybody forgets that he didn't actually go to prison, that it was home confinement. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Vesia, man, he's fired up. He's pumping his chest. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers lead it by 2.
I've been told that the word icy is, like, the easiest word to spell. Now that I'm looking at it, I see why.
Wing to the right is Schubert. Wide to the left is Scott. Hand off to Walter Payton. Sliding to the right side. It pops out of the 30 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50 and out of bounds. And taking territory knocked out by Paul Krause at about the 46-yard line. And there's a 28-yard run by Mr. Explosion himself on the very first play of the ball game. Deuce backfield. Avellini to Payton on a sweep to the right side. He's a block. He cuts back into the 5 and struggles down to about the 2-yard line. Well, there's the rushing record. Walter Payton becomes the all-time single-game rushing leader in the NFL. 275 yards for Walter Payton.
So I just rolled a joint. I bet you're jealous. Well, don't be. It was my ankle. I'm old. If you can relate, you should probably give me a follow.
Don't you love me have a few minutes to waste so you scroll, and it ends up being the best 4 hours of your day?
Hey, boy, this hoe got me up. This hoe talking about she finna stay tonight because it's too much snow on her car. Please. You gotta go.
That is a large part of Vuker's personality. He just doesn't give a shit. For somebody to be on as many times as Vuker was, and to score a home run every single time, that is unheard of. For somebody to be on a Tonight Show as many times as Vuker was, gave him a chance to market who he was and what he could do. And rest assured, they wouldn't have come to him with any of the other things if he hadn't been on the Tonight Show.
I was producing Saturday Night Live in the mid-'80s, and I had these baseball lovers who were among the stars of our cast, particularly Billy Crystal.
What are your plans for today?
Same as always. Drink 3 cups of coffee and then be sexy.
Welcome back. Four to 2 your score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers grab the bats. Miguel Rojas coming in to pinch hit. First pitch from Miza is a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Shohei Ohtani's on deck. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anyone to pull for in that hunt there, the Stanley Cup. I was kind of looking at the Avalanche, but man, they got dusted. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. So I know it's an old cliche, but I just really hope it's a good series for all that get a chance to watch it. I don't see me paying attention to it, but I hope it's a good series. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pops it up over by the first base dugout. It'll go in to the dugout of the Philadelphia Phillies, 2-2. The NBA Finals, you've got New York, and I guess they're going to a Game 7 between the Spurs and OKC, and I could care less about that too. And I've tried to watch the college playoffs here with softball and baseball, but it's so dull. The 2-2 swing, pops it up high in the sky, and underneath it, making the catch, is Stott, and there's one away. That'll bring Shohei Ohtani to the plate. Ohtani hit a solo shot earlier in the game. All 4 runs by the Dodgers have been solo shots. First pitch swinging by Ohtani. That ball is roasted into center field, and it's through for a base hit. 1-out single for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Good piece of hitting there by Ohtani. First pitch on the way is down and in to Andy Paez. Misses by a mile. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it away. 1-1. One count. Brings it. Misses high. Ball 2, 2-1. Dodgers 4, Phillies 2. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep into center field, going back on the track, making the catch for a loud out number 2. Ohtani thinks about tagging up, but he'll stay put. Yeah, I can't do the college baseball because of the metal bats. That's my biggest thing. It's not real baseball, so when I watch it, I know when I see a guy do a half check swing and the ball goes over the fence, I'm like, this isn't baseball. This is some clown version of it. If they would go to normal bats, you could probably get me on board to watch it. I don't know if I'd take it over the MLB, but I would definitely tune in. First pitch to Freddie Freeman down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. But I mean, I would rather watch minor league baseball than watch college. It doesn't bother me to watch it with softball because softball's not the same sport anyway, so they can have whatever equipment they want to use. The 1-0. Strike inside. Looked like a ball. Freddie won't challenge it. It's 1-1. There's so many MLB games on. Honest Engine, I'd rather just watch that than watch just an inferior product. The 1-1 down below the knees, 2-1. And there used to be a thing with college sports where you would be like locked in because you followed some kid's career, but with the NIL and everything else that goes on, transfer portal, it's just the glory days are gone. The 2-1 count. Misses, ball 3-1. I'll still continue to do the college football playoffs because, you know, they're fun to do, but there used to be a thing where the regular season was really important, and it doesn't matter anymore. I never thought I'd see the day they would do that, but they did it to themselves. 3-1. Right there at the knee, sinker, full count. And they're going to expand it to 24, but once you put it to 12, there's no putting that toothpaste in the bottle. You might as well expand it as far as you want to. The payoff pitch, swing, slaps it over towards third, and boom, will fire it over there, and that will end the inning. 5-3 on the putout. We'll be back in a flash. 4-2 your score. Top of the ninth we go here in Los Angeles.
Most people think the U.S. Navy was created with congressional approval of a Continental Navy on October 13th, 1775, during the American Revolution. However, it was December 22nd, 1775, that the idea became a reality. The Continental Congress appointed Esek Hopkins as the Navy's first commander-in-chief and adopted the first naval regulations, primarily authored by John Adams. Adams, a passionate advocate for naval power, worked tirelessly to persuade Congress to establish the Navy, draft its regulations, and allocate resources. While the Navy initially began with just 2 ships, the Alfred and Columbus, Congress soon authorized 13 vessels, forming a modest but determined fleet. The Continental Navy played a vital role in the war, disrupting British supply lines and protecting American trade. Though small in comparison to the British Royal Navy, it set the foundation for American maritime strategy, ultimately leading to the creation of the United States Navy. Keep the sea lanes open and protect American trade.
All right, maybe I wasn't the greatest player of all time, but fans, they forgive and forget. When I go in here, they'll be buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. You, Bob Uecker? Yeah, how you doing? These fans, I love them. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Well, can't keep the gang waiting. Fans are always joking.
Some ex-athletes are pretty good actors. Most are barely passable. Uke was a natural.
Give me 2 cases, you can have this baby. Dream on. 1 case. Nope. A 6-pack. Half a can.
The big league light beer, Miller Lite, where less filling tastes great.
Okay, I'll give you 2 cases, and you don't have to take the card. But that's my final offer.
He knew just what was necessary for these commercials.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down in front! I love them.
That front row spot. It's a catchphrase now.
Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
I don't care where I go. I mean, even on airplanes. I must be in the front row.
Welcome back. It's going to be Tanner Scott, the left-hander, coming on to try to close this game out. He'll face Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Alec Bone. So he's going to face 2 right-handers, along with the left-hander, Bryce Harper. Lefty-righty matchup started off. The first pitch on the way, swing, chops it off the plate. It's 0-1. Dodgers lead at 4-2. Pretty quick moving ball game. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Los Angeles. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. 0-1, swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Turns and fires. Swing. Lifts it into right field, and that'll be an F9 your scorecard, and there's quickly 1 down. this score holds, what you'll be looking at is the Braves will have a 9.5 game lead on Philly. They're currently 10-13 over Washington and Miami as the first pitch swing and a miss to Harper. It's 0-1. The Mets, 14.5 back. It will also end Philadelphia's 3-game winning streak. The 0-1. Pitch inside, 1-1. For the Dodgers, they would stretch their lead out to 4.5 over San Diego. San Diego won earlier tonight. 1-1 swing. Golfs it back foul. I'm looking at the A's game in the background. They have become my favorite American League team. They just, 3 of them collided. It looked like the Keystone Cops out there. They're trailing the Yankees 8-1 late in that one. The 1-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. So 1-2 count. Is that a line out of a movie? I swear a handful of people have used that same F9 German thing. The 1-2 slices it back foul. We'll do it again. One-two count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. Good night, Irene. 2 down, and the Dodgers are 1 out away. Look at the wild card. It's much different. Gives you a different perspective. So if you're a Phillies fan, you're only a 1.5 games out of the wild card. That's wild to me, considering they had such a horrific losing streak at the beginning of the season. Great job by Mattingly to right the ship. First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Will Smith's going to challenge that, but he will not get the call.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
The 1-0.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Down and in. 2-1. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the A's moving to Vegas. But I started pulling for them a few years ago. When we first started doing this, they were just, was it 2-1 outside wide? 3-1. I would get off at night, and before I was doing out-of-town doubleheaders, and I'd be watching a ball game afterwards, and I just constantly would be watching the West Coast games because the Braves play the early slot as a 3-1 pitch, fouls it back. And I wanted someone in the American League to root for, and I wasn't going to root for the Rangers or the Astros because they were winning. And I was like, all right, so where are we going to go here? And plus, they played too early. So it really came down to Seattle or Oakland as the payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it high and deep into right field. That should end it. F9 in your scorecard. And that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Dodgers win 4-2. And the Phillies will drop to 9.5 below the Atlanta Braves. And the Dodgers will move up to 4.5 over the Padres. Dodgers will also be two wins behind the Atlanta Braves for the best record in the National League. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Braves and Reds have a great Wednesday. Until it's late for me. Have a great Saturday afternoon. Catch you some pings. Catch you some college baseball. I'm going to try to check out a movie or something and get ready for the nightcap. Braves and Reds. Look forward to it. Y'all have a great one.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.